Hello and welcome to another segment of CCSU News. I'm Ashley Afonso.
And I'm Tim McDonald.
We've all heard the saying, don't let the bed bugs bite, and simply ignored it. Well, not anymore. We go to Rachael Bentley on scene with more detail on the story. Rachael?
Thanks, guys. When it comes to bed bugs, we all know one thing. We don't want them. But for some unlucky CCSU students that live in the apartment behind me, that pesky nuisance became quite a reality. Essex Place Apartments, the home to almost 100 CCSU students, notified some of their residents that someone had brought bed bugs into the building.
And then once you get them, I mean, they're hard to get rid of, especially in a large place like Essex.
Yeah, I think the thing about bed bugs is that they are very good at getting into places you don't want them to be. So really the first thing would be to, if you notice that you're waking up, in particular with itchy bites. And sometimes those itchy bites are clustered in 3s or 4s. And flea bites and bed bug bites often do that. And there's a way of thinking about it. We think about it as a breakfast, lunch, and dinner bite.
According to residents, the company has addressed the issue and has taken care of the apartment that brought in the bed bugs. But some are still feeling a little nervous about the infestation.
I mean, I've only heard about it in like hotel rooms and stuff that people have stayed at, which I never, when we got the notice, I was like, ew, like, you gotta be kidding me. Like, I just got itchy thinking about it.
It's bad luck. It's not bad hosting if you get bed bugs.
Yeah.
So one of the problems, of course, is like looking for blame, and don't ever do that. It's about commiseration, helping people, securing them. Very rarely, I mean, it's conceivable that they can be carried in clothes, but generally speaking, they're not.
Now, I have reached out to the Essex Place Company owners on multiple occasions, but they have declined to comment or give a prepared statement for us at this time. With CCSU News, I'm Rachael Bentley. Back to you guys in the studio.
I get the chills just thinking about that. Today, Jose joins us in studio to share his story on a unique student at CCSU.
Thanks, Tim. While some students may only use their dorms for sleeping and studying, one CCSU student in particular took advantage of his small dorm and turned it into a studio. Dermont Gray, a sophomore at CCSU, released his first album titled Busted Chucks that he wrote, engineered, and produced inside his dorm. With the help of his producer, Jeremy Thomas, together they transformed the 12x12 Sheridan dorm into a working studio. While taking 6 classes, Dermont, or better known as Kid Dope, was determined to finish the album this spring. And while balancing both his schoolwork and studio time to get this done. That same work process led Dermont and Jeremy to create the hit single of the album, Turn Up, which is their first track to be featured on iTunes. The album can be downloaded for free on datpiff.com, and a new video for the hit single, Turn Up, will be released on his YouTube channel today. Live in studio, I'm Jose Campos.
The spring concert has always been a hit for CCSU students, but could the safety measures for this year's upcoming event be too much? I took a closer look at what security precautions are expected for this year. Next Friday, students will be pouring in through these gym doors for the annual spring concert. But before the concert begins, there's a few things you should know. On April 26th, Kendrick Lamar and Steve Aoki will be at Central for this year's spring concert. A sold-out show means increased security measures will be taken by the CCSU police. Students will walk through metal detectors as soon as they walk in the door, and also will be summoned to searches if police feel necessary.
You're going to get screened when you come in, and if for some reason you're intoxicated or on drugs or anything, you will not be allowed in.
Whether you are 21 or not, any student who is intoxicated will not be allowed into the concert, according to the CCSU police. At last year's Mac Miller concert, the campus police did not make any arrests, but there were several students who were not allowed in, and one was even transported to the nearest hospital for alcohol poisoning. One last tip from the CCSU police is to not bring bags or purses because you will not be allowed in with them. Ashley Afonso, CCSU News.
In off-campus news, the Traveler Tower in downtown Hartford is finally close to being finished. We go to Cheh with more on the story. Adam?
Thanks, guys. Over the years, rain, wind, and snow has caused wear and tear to the Travelers building here in Hartford, but those elements have not slowed down construction. The building has been a landmark in downtown Hartford for close to a century. The 24-month, $30 million project is on schedule and will include upgrades to the green cornice work and new windows. A Travelers spokesman says that they hope the building will not only receive a facelift, but will be more green and eco-friendly. Reporting on the Travelers building here in Hartford, for CCSU News, I'm Adam Cheh. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Adam. A few journalism students from CCSU go to the popular city of Las Vegas for a conference they say is unforgettable. Reporter Brianna Bruneau and I are of the few. Take a look.
I'm here at the BEA Career Fair where students are meeting with producers and educators to network and find potential jobs for the future.
Well, it's great meeting you. Thank you so much for being here.
Each student had the opportunity to speak with a representative and receive feedback on how to obtain a job in the future.
If you're someone who's just in the job market or about to be, great resource because they'll look at your resume, they'll look at your business card, and they'll really give you real feedback, and it's appreciated. I think everyone who's here feels like, hey, we're actually getting real something out of this.
Companies such as NBC, ESPN, Fox Sports, and more were ready to help each student as much as they could.
I got my resume checked out, which was a big help because it was a disaster. And I talked to ESPN and Fox Sports News, and they kind of shaped what I should do if I was looking to get into sports.
As you can see, this is a great opportunity for students, but let's turn over to Tim to see what the employees are looking for.
Thanks, Brianna. When going to talk to a potential employer, they want to see that you're confident and have more than just classroom experience.
You're not going to be able to sell someone in a job fair situation. They're meeting so many different people. Everyone has a great personality. Most HR and recruiters want to be kind and helpful anyway.
Fox Sports representative Brian Wright was among the many media outlets at the career fair to offer advice to students and talk about what they can look for in potential candidates.
So I think technical skills, prolific background in handling a lot of work and a variety of work, it almost proves to the student that they're qualified for these jobs, and that confidence comes through when you're talking to a hiring manager or a recruiter.
For CCSU News, I'm Tim McDonald. Life-threatening diseases affect many people across the world, and one former CCSU grad student shares her experience with a disease that has changed her life. Ivan Roman is here in the studio to tell us more.
Living with albinism, bleeding from platelet dysfunction, and having pulmonary fibrosis seems to be an overwhelming burden that many of us cannot bear to face. But for one courageous woman, she's strong enough to do it all.
Jada Soto, a former CCSU grad student, is diagnosed with the rare genetic disease known as HPS, Hermansky-Pudlak syndrome. December of 2004, Soto had to leave her master's program unable to finish due to severe bleeding caused by the ailment. Soto discovered she had the illness through a website called NOAA.
I'm reading it, and pretty much word for word it described my medical history over my last 24 years.
According to Soto, when she tested positive for HPS, her primary doctor did not know how to help her.
Like, that was mind-blowing to me, that a doctor would actually look at a patient who might have this serious chronic illness and say, well, I don't know what to do with you, so that's basically it. So that was the last time I saw her.
CCSU Assistant Professor of Nursing Stacy Christensen has been working alongside Soto to help educate individuals at the university on the awareness of the disease.
It's just important to call attention to the struggles that people who are born with a rare disease have.
Here at Smalley Academy is where Jada will team up with the CCSU Nursing Department to show a screening of Rare, a documentary showing a mother who was on a quest to find a cure for her daughter's rare genetic disease of HPS.
Soto says she wants to assure future generations that they will have a chance at a treatment that she does not.
I don't look at it as this being for me. I look at it as what it can be for other people. And so that is my message of hope. That is the hope that even if it doesn't come for me, that it will come.
Soto also says she hopes to one day finish up her mastery program in psychology. Reporting live in the studio, I'm Ivan Roman.
That's all the news we have for today. I'm Tim McDonald.
And I'm Ashley Afonso. We'll see you next time, Central.